Hey, I want to take another quick look at the Vevor PCP air compressor. I filled a couple of really small tube guns the other day. I've got one with a larger tube today, and I've got a bottle gun. And both of these are at, well, the Pinty is at right at 2000 psi, and the Scout Epic, it's going to be at about 2500. The Pinty's going to fill to 3625 roughly, and the Scout is going to fill to about 4300 psi. So let me show you what I'll put a timer on there. I'm going to show you some things before I start it. I'm not going to make you sit through the entire timer. You just have to trust me. You either trust me or you don't. I'll put a timer on it. I'll show you when I start the compressor, and I'll show you what the time is when I finish on each one of the guns. But I'm going to show you some of the features on this before we get started. It's just so loud, and when I filter it, it changes my audio drastically. So let's take a look at the features on here, and then we'll get to the pumping. All right. This is your pressure gauge. There's a little small needle there, and on this arm, this is how you set the pressure that you want it to shut off. And if you look, there's a little tab that sticks down. That when that needle makes contact with that tab, that's what shuts it off. You need to notice where the tab is, not the center of this pointer. And right here, it's got on board, it shows you what these readings are. If you got low voltage, it'll come up with an E2 error message. When it reaches its pressure, you'll get an E4. And it also does have a shutdown for high temperature. This is your temperature gauge. Again, it's just the fan is so noisy. And I'm down in Texas right now. It's 85 degrees out here. So let's see what she does. All right, one other thing before we start. This is your bleeder, and if you have to have this open, or the pump can't be under pressure when you start it. When you start the pump, close this off, and when you're done, open the bleeder, let the pressure off before you try popping the Foster fittings off. I don't think you could pull them off anyway, but if you could, you wouldn't want to. I suggest you monitor this the whole time. At least don't walk far away, just in case there was ever a failure and it didn't shut off. I like to keep an eye on it. Just trying to be safe. Looks like we're about 1900. That's where the Foster fitting opened up to let air in. Looks like the Foster fitting opened up at about 2500 psi. We are going to fill this one to roughly 4300 psi. One thing to mention, at 85 degrees, hot air is not as dense as cool air, so this should pump up faster in the wintertime or in cold weather or inside your house than it does out here in the heat. I just wanted to do this as a test in case you're having to do this out in the field. So just under 4,500 psi, just right. All right, I got the Pinty all pumped up. I'll be doing some test shots with this tomorrow. I'll have to fumble with the pellets because somebody forgot the magazine. I thought I forgot the fill probe. Discovered it, and so now it's pumped up. I'll single feed this thing if I can. Back to the pump. I think this did a good job. Now I'll tell you, Vevor has a couple of other pumps. They have one that's water cooled, maybe for a warmer climate. That might be a good option. I haven't tried one of those, so I can't testify to it. They also make a twin cylinder pump that should pump faster than this one in theory. Yeah, twice as fast. I don't know. I haven't tried any of those other pumps, so this one's the only one I can testify for at this point. If you want to take a look at the other ones or this one, there's a link in my description. Go check it out. It will probably have other pumps suggested below this one, I think is the way it works. But anyway, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions on something else that you'd like to see, so far I'm happy with the times, especially as warm as it is today. Didn't get any shutdowns in the pump up, and I think for this temperature, I think the pump times were decent. I think the Pinty's got a 250 cc, 230 or 250, I don't remember, and I don't have the paperwork with me right now. But the Scout Epic, it has a 500 cc bottle. Now, I do have a 1 liter bottle at the house. I ordered a new valve for it, and this is supposed to pump up a 1 liter bottle. So I'll probably sometime in the not too distant future, when the valve comes in, put a new valve on that bottle, I'll probably pump that thing up. Anyway, if anybody made it to the end of this, I appreciate it. I'm gonna throw a video up over here you might like. YouTube's gonna throw one down here you might like. I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.